it was a sense of surrendering my life. And I am not quoting religion. I am not quoting it, any specific path here. I am saying for me, having this conversation with God, and it was a real conversation. Those of you who, your faith may not be where mine is, I can't say anything against you. I can't knock you for being where you're at, but I will say faith in life. I'm not gearing you to any religion, any specific religion here, or any path here, but faith will definitely show you the way. And so upon doing so, here's me, having a one-on-one with God and saying, I'm lost. I need direction, and, take my hand, I'll follow, right? I mean, it literally, it was like, and I know this sounds surreal, so I don't expect anyone to believe me. I don't expect anyone to even comprehend it, because again, it's not something that is easily understood, but it literally happened like that. Things just began to fall into place, work themselves out. Synchronicities are probably one of the biggest things for me that have led me in this path. I have had numerous amount of visions, dreams, appearances, and all these things. I will say, because I know the conversation can get a little weird here, but if any of this, if you have questions, or if you have a comment, or however you're feeling, please feel free to, comment below as I'm talking, or as you listen. And I am not offended or weirded out by anyone who may have or question anything I'm saying. So this is my personal experience. Take it for what it is. So yeah, literally, the awakening, as most people put it, is not something you will miss. If it finds you, if it's something for you, if you find yourself feeling this way and feeling like you don't know how to fit in, or where you belong, or if you belong, pay attention to the things that are happening around you. Pay attention to the things that are happening, literally for you. A lot of the times we want to call it deja vu. We want to call it coincidence or irony. And it just takes a little bit of looking deeper within ourselves, and maybe opening up our minds to things that we're unaware of, teachings that we've never been taught, because we live in a very controlled, closed off society, and we don't realize how much more there is to know, and how much more how big this world is. That, I mean, science could literally be slapping you in the face. They were, for me anyway. They things were just like, here's a flag, here's another one, and fear had taken over my life. And I don't mean fear of, I don't mean fear in the way we typically know fear. I mean fear of the unknown, fear of not knowing that I could live a better life, fear of not knowing that, God himself could be showing me the way, but because God has just been this image that a lot of people pray to but never really have faith in. We fear that God himself could be real, right? Or the universe could be real and literally take us by the hand and show us the way. We fear that. We claim to be people of faith. We claim to believe and then when you're really tested, right? And then when you get a real sign, you ask for signs. Oh God, show me the way. You know, God, please, if you do this, I'll da 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 da. And then it happens, and then it's like, wait, was that really God, or did I make that happen? You know, did I create that? So I knew what was happening to me was way bigger than me, because I was tired of fighting it. I was tired of forcing it. I was tired of, you know, making it be my way. So I surrendered, said, hey, show me the way, and he did. There are symptoms to the awakening that I will be touching on in the next part of this video. So this is a 2-part video. I'm starting off with a little bit of me, you know, because this is an experience that I've had, but I'm also going to talk about, you know, the symptoms, or the, I hate using that word, but kind of the signs, you know, things that you would know. This is an experience that you can't miss. So if you are called for this path, if you are called to live, you know, a life that feels weird and abnormal, you will know it. Everything around you will start to gear you in that direction. And all I can say is, you know, for me, I fought it because I didn't want to be the weirdo. I fought it because my life was comfortable, and comfortable in the sense of mediocrity. I wasn't happy. So comfort is not happiness. You know, let's not get those two confused. I was comfortable in being numb. I went to work every day. I made a lot of money, came home, splurged on things that I thought were going to make me happy, and they did momentarily. You know, purses and clothes and shoes and everything in between. But nothing was ever fulfilling. Nothing was ever filling that void that led me here, you know. And here I am today. I have found my way through this path. Now I'm sharing with all of you. Hopefully we can, you know, keep sharing and keep talking about this, because the world is going through a big change. And this is another topic that we can touch on later on. Vibrationally, we are changing as the earth, you know, as the earth shifts, we shift, and so we're going to see a lot of things that are different, and unfamiliar. And as all this is happening, you know, all we can do is find ourselves at peace with it, right? Find ourselves vibrationally in a good place where, you know, we can see the changes, we can feel the changes, and we can be part of the change, right? So part 2 of this video, we'll talk about signs, and we'll talk about recognizing if you were chosen to be awakened, right? So and I know that sounds kind of weird, but you know, not everyone's going to experience this, and not everyone's meant to. So if you are lucky enough to, we can share, exchange thoughts and ideas, and, you know, talk about how different your experience was than mine. I'm trying to think of what else. Sorry, I'm nervous, guys. I'm not very used to doing this, so let's see. Okay, well, one more thing. I'm not here to say I have all the answers. I'm not here to say that, you know, my way is the only way. But if any of you are experiencing this enlightenment or awakening or something of that matter, just know that it comes with a lot of pain. A lot of emotional resolvement has to happen in order for, this to take you where you're going. And it's not to scare you. Pain is not necessarily a bad thing. Pain equals growth. A lot of the times we want to suppress and neglect our emotions because in society we've been taught that, nobody has time for emotions. But the truth is, you feel these things for a reason, and a lot of the times when we neglect them, we do it to ourselves as far as bottling up. All of a sudden one day, like me, you find yourself looking around and saying, why do I feel like I don't even belong here? Why do I feel like I don't even, I'm not happy here? Well, that's because you bottled up all those darn emotions and you neglected yourself to the point of getting lost. So coming to this path or this path finding you, it will break you of old paradigms, habits, ideas, beliefs, and things of that matter. But in the end, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. So I will be back with part 2, and let's talk about the signs.